Greetings, this is Copy Who, and I am your host, Paul the producer.
Better yet, I am your host, Paul the producer.
Yeah, okay. It's gratuitous. I'm entitled to do whatever gratuitous things I want with the sounds on this program. It's been several days since I did this. Since Friday, actually. It's Tuesday. Thought about doing one yesterday, but I wasn't well rested. And last night I had an extraordinary night of sleep. We had the time change over the weekend, and so when I went to bed last night, I wasn't optimistic that I was going to sleep the night through and get decent hours. I went to bed about 10 to 10, and by golly, I slept through. I got up once to go to the bathroom, and I fell back asleep, and I slept until 6:30. That's over 8.5 hours for me. That's a rarity, and it's much needed. I just wish I could get that several days in a row, because then you start to get even more residual benefit from not sleeping well. From sleeping well is what I mean to say. I was like, my mind was going into something else. I'm not even focusing on what I'm saying right now. I'm just bibbity bap, and it's not even like synthesizing correctly. And here I am once again. Let me just say hello to my little birds and Ronnie James Dio. Hello, you guys. What's up? What the heck? You're not saying much. You're awfully quiet. Ronnie has no voice yet because I haven't come up with a voice for Ronnie yet, and he will have a voice. I assure you he will. I could be working on that. I'm trying to figure out how to do something special for him to incarnate his voice with my special AI godliness that I have access to. Okay? Incarnate a realistic Ronnie James Dio voice interacting with me on here. That's my plan anyway. Yeah. So, strange world, I must say. Very strange world. Very uncomfortable world. I'm not happy about the bank failures because I've been concerned about destabilizing the country ever since before the lockdown. And when the lockdown happened, I was like, that's it. This is the beginning of the end. This is a conquering that's happening. And I'm not happy to say that. People who want to label me with their stupid labels, you can go ahead and do that. You don't know what the heck you're talking about. If you think everything is normal, then you are abnormal. To think right now is normal is to be abnormal in your perception. Drop in the line of the day. Yes, I should tweet that, right? Maybe I'll go to Twitter right now and tweet that, okay? I will take you to Twitter right now, and we'll go like this. And I'll slide this over here, and I will say to Twitter what I just said to you now, okay? Chat AP, I'm just going to do a tweet in here. To think things are normal right now is to be abnormal. That is my tweet for the moment, okay? I'm shooting that off at no one in particular. That's just wise right there, okay? And I will come back over here. I will close that out. And you get to see that beautiful thing right there, right? But let's come back to the front in the meanwhile. Yes, I'm very nervous about the banks crashing because I feel like it's subtle in a way where they're kind of like, oops, we didn't mean for this to happen, but we're going to make it better. We're going to fix it and make it better. It's subtle because if you destroy something abruptly, you can say, hey, you did that on purpose. Now they have some kind of plausible deniability because of the elevated nature of complexity with what we're talking about. Banking is not something easily understood by a lot of people, how the Federal Reserve System works, how banks work. I recommend a channel by a man named Mike Maloney if you want to learn something about currency and money, the difference between currency and money. We have a fiat currency. It's a debt-based system, and it's not backed by gold. And so I'm not going to get into all the nitty-gritty of it. I'm just worried that this is the pretext of further disruptions to come to impoverish the middle class and to force people on digital IDs, central bank digital currencies with social credit scores. And there'll be all kinds of rules on these things. Like, for instance, you will be forced to live at home. You won't be able to allowed to drive because you've used your carbon units whatever. And so you can't drive because you used your carbon units for the week. And you can't, when you drive, actually, you can't go beyond a certain point. Otherwise, your money won't work. When you try to charge or buy something with your phone, it just won't work. That's actually what's happening. And it's really rare that people, it seems like a lot of people just don't get that's what's happening. They are sleepwalking Americans into this nightmare on purpose, slowly but surely, just a little bit by a little bit. Because if you attack it all at once, people will know something's up. But this way, they're just like, oops, it failed. Maybe we have like a better system now we're moving to. And so that's just what we're going to do. Okay. So I am nervous about it. I've been trying to prepare myself for certain realities for some time now. And I'm not done doing that. I just feel compromised. And in terms of business, I think it is it's ominous and threatening when you truly realize what's going on. And what is more concerning is when people don't get what's going on, they're walking into their own nightmare, not preparing, and you're going to be brought to your knees by something before you even have a chance to fight it. Do you realize that? Can't get too deep into it. I'm sure that when I swear on here and when I say certain things, when I'm discussing certain topics honestly, you can bet the algorithm is like, no, sir, you're not going to be able to grow out of this, become something, because we know you're talking about A, B, and C, and we don't let people disseminate the truth about A, B, and C. But I do claim to be truthful. Not only like honest about my opinion, but truthful about the things I put forth. My perception about the world, I think, is by and large accurate. Okay? I was leading into something with that. I'm forgetting what it was right now. Oh, it's about this show. It's about these recordings I do here. So I'm grateful. One of my cousins put out, I sent him the video and he and his girlfriend watched it of one of these recordings I did. And then they sent it out and shared it with a bunch of people. And it got some more likes. I can definitely tell more people have been tuning into it. And I don't know who they are, but I'd appreciate you liking the video and sharing it with people if you do like it. If you know anyone where I can get exposure on their network, I'd be willing to do stuff on there too. But I'm not going to abide by many rules. Well, we can discuss rules, but I'm pretty much just a free spirit, and I'm going to talk my mind the way I want. One of the things that's true about me right now is I've been doing this for 3 months now. I've been in an evolutionary process with this, making it better, improving the production and whatnot. Excuse me. And I have to be honest with you. This is just me being honest. I'm not working as hard as I can, or perhaps as hard as I should, to get this show out there and to build listenership. I mean, like, I can give you many examples. Like, I don't post anything on Facebook about it. I don't post every time I have a new show or a recording. I don't post anything on Twitter. I haven't been making shorts because I've said on here I don't like making shorts. I just wish I could snap my fingers and have them come into existence. It's a whole thing, like spending time editing videos. And so these are the things I would be doing on a regular basis if I were really like committed to putting this out there and having it go big. And I'm just not. I'm not sharing it with people like I mean, I used to exploit every conceivable avenue when I did something in the past, and I could see how it paid off. And I was involved with others too. So when you have others in the mix, the exposure tends to multiply when everyone in the mix is going out and sharing it in their special little personal network as well. And so by doing as many things as I can, there are other video sites where I could be uploading these every time I do it. All this, of course, takes time and energy, and maybe these things could be fruitful as far as building the audience and a community around me. But I would sort of like to be able to grow here organically so people like it. And if I could, I'd like to take certain people under my wing who are part of the team, part of the crew, part of the community that I'd like to build on here, and have them go out and spread it, and maybe have them cut videos for me and just say, like, take clips, put them out, take it, within reason. There might be some rules to follow. Take it and put it out, and clips from it, whatever. Just put it out there and get it known. So I'm kind of fascinated at how much whatever the show, the Fit and Fresh and Fit copy show, that clone show that I often talk about on here lately, they have been going viral everywhere. And it's just like, who knew that gorgeous hot women who say stupid things would cause a show to blow up and get really big? So I guess I'm happy for that guy, Brian, because I do think he's asking good questions on there, and he's demonstrating like definitely the airheadedness of women coming out of California. But I'm not going to say much more about that right now because I have some whatever clips that I'm going to go to here in a short bit. It's part of what I have laid out to talk about today. I'm 11 minutes in. Maybe this is a good time to come over here. Whee! As I always say. Oh, I did that in the wrong order too, because usually I have the window open already that I want to talk about. Let's see. Let's go up to these new show notes for me here. Kylo Ren vibes. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. I want to definitely talk about this. Let me slide this over here, and we will talk about this dude. So this is a self-proclaimed incel, and yeah, I did refer to this guy as Kylo Ren vibes. So just before I put on the audio here, Ryan Stone posted this and said, fast blinking, nervous, no oratory skills, dresses like a school shooter. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's not wrong about other stuff, but he could overcome that if he had any social skills. So I do actually feel a little sorry for this guy. I'll come over here. I will load this video up. We'll start it over too. Let's listen to what he says. Self-described incel.
What do you have to offer a woman?
As of now, nothing. I don't have a job. I am ugly. So my value right now is zero.
Sorry.
Have you approached many women?
Oh, many.
And what was the result?
Rejection 100% of the time. I would start talking to a girl, and immediately she would give me fuck off signals. She would, pull out.
Okay. He's saying that a woman would give him fuck off signals. I sincerely want to know. Like, I would love to film this guy and watch his approach. I used to watch this show from the early 2000s. The Pickup Artist with the dude Mystery, forget his real name. And I was fascinated at this cast of guys they have on there, some of whom have had great potential to learn the skills of pickup artistry, and others who couldn't fucking learn it for shit. And I want to know, so this guy has very low self-esteem, and I'm wanting to know if, because he seems intelligent, people are saying this guy's intelligent. I want to know if he has the ability to learn these skills, to adopt these skills, and basically improve his self-worth and self-esteem enormously. I used to have a friend when he was my wingman, not a very good wingman, I must say, when we were much younger. We're talking like 25 years ago or something, over 25 years ago. We'd meet women and he would say things like, oh, I'm a loser. And that's what he would say about himself. And it wasn't even like a self-deprecating joke where someone could laugh. It was just like everyone feeling uncomfortable about it. And guys, you should never be self-deprecating like that with women, unless you are a comedian and you do it in such a way where it's like they know you actually think you're hot shit and you make them laugh when you self-deprecate. And granted, I don't do this either. Like, if I'm self-deprecating, it's because I think I can be funny in a strong way about it, and it will convey the opposite message. So I do feel sorry for this guy here, because he's like just very pathetic. Kylo Ren pathetic. I'll show you my tweet to Ryan in just a moment.
Cell phone. Just start texting her friends.
Flip phone. This was a while ago. He would have been an optimal candidate for the Pickup Artist show, and I wish they did more seasons of that. I own the second season because I actually watch it, and I still think there are beneficial tips on there about how to improve your game. The way they coach guys, the way they send them in and they film it and they give them pointers. One super dorky guy with no skill, they put a radio in his ear and they told him, like, don't do anything except say what we tell you to say. And so this guy, scared out of his wits, goes up and he's talking to women, and he's just repeating what they're feeding to him in his ear. And he winds up getting this girl's phone number, and he's like, oh my God. And it was a revelatory moment for him that, yes, if you act a certain way, if you say the certain things you're supposed to do and say, you have more potential than you realize, because these guys get it. There is an actual mastery to the craft of pickup artistry, game, whatever you want to call it. And so I think I've heard Rollo say something along the lines of, pickup artistry is obsolete, but no way. Not if there's something in there that actually helps a person overcome their fear and build self-esteem and grow as a man. So no, I don't agree. Let's keep going with this video. This poor Kylo Ren character here.
I don't approach that much anymore because, I've had over 1,000 rejections in real life. 2,000 rejections online, so that's 3,000
that's way more than me.
Rejections total.
How
did you count these? How do you know 3,000?
Approximating. That's not a real word. We're redoing that. Ask a question again. I aim as low as possible. I aim for obese women, ugly women, ideally ugly and obese. I aim for the bottom of the barrel because, I realize that I'm ugly.
Dude, I mean, like, everything you're saying bums me out. Do you know that? It really is a super sad story here. Listen to this guy. So here's Ryan says, you can hear it in his voice and how he speaks. He thinks of himself as intellectually superior. His intelligence is why women are intimidated by him. I don't know about that, dude. I don't think personally that he conveyed much intelligence. This is what it sounds like when you fake flex with your insecurity, and that's unattractive. That statement right there, I, as a matter of fact, do agree with. So I said, dude has pathetic Kylo Ren vibes, and he does. He looks like Adam, what's his name? I forget his full name. Adam, well, I'm going to look it up now because I hate it when I do that. Okay, so Kylo Ren actor. Adam Driver, that's it. I even thought of it before it came up. I had so some guys are not capable of learning small talk, charm, game. I had a buddy always telling women he was a loser, and I was always astounded when he would. No self-deprecation, guys. Never. And so some guy responded to me saying, as a high-functioning autistic, I absolutely abhor small talk. It's a waste of time, plain and simple. Game, as neurotypicals know it, is off the table. Why people on the spectrum are overly sincere is because that our worldview is centered on truth and facts. We like deception. I don't know. I'm not quite understanding that. But I said I just said I understand. I said to you now, I don't understand that as I read it now. And that was true when I said that. But I also responded to him and I said I understand. And I said I understand just to kind of be diplomatic in the response. I understand, and there is a time and place for small talk to lightly familiarize yourself with someone. Connections happen in stages. There's an art to it that can serve people well. And I stand by what I said there, to be honest with you. For real, it's interesting, though. I feel bad for that guy. And it's not like I want to say he's pathetic, but I really think he would be a great candidate for and so after I was seriously thinking about this as I went through all this, I thought it would be so awesome if Rollo and Ryan and Myron from Fresh and Fit had a reality show where they picked a set list of guys, and not necessarily all young, okay? Like guys from different age groups, okay? Because I think the game varies in the considering on your age, like what you have to do to hook up, it's different. The variables are different. God knows my life has changed dramatically when it comes to hooking up with women compared to every subsequent 10 years of my life between 18 and now. But I want to see a reality show where they have like 10 guys. Those three, Rollo, Ryan, and Myron from Fresh and Fit. And you have 10 guys, and it's basically the premise of Pickup Artist. And you teach these guys. You don't just... I'm not saying take pathetic guys who have no hope. I'm like, take guys you see have potential and you feel that potential in them. Because I think... you get 10 guys, you coach them, you put them through exercises and challenges, and some of those guys are going to come out on the other end being a totally different person. I can't remember the name of one of the guys on Pickup Artist who completely changed from being a dork who couldn't hook up to being a total pickup artist indefinitely. And I think that's cool. I admire that a lot because you see that growth in somebody. And whether we're talking about something that's superficial or whether that guy can truly be better or not, that's another story. Whether you're growing the man or you're just a superficial hookup using manipulative tactics is definitively different from a guy building value in his life. That's why I think these guys say work out. Working out is like the first thing you can do for yourself to make your life better. And I would say study game, learn from guys who want you to be a better man and stuff. I'm not even saying that's me. I just, who the hell knows? Because I am no fucking coach of game. That's for goddamn sure. I understand it, but I don't put it into practice, and I probably should. I would love to be on a show like that because the competitive switch would flick on me, and I would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna be the guy who hooks up with chicks on here. I'm gonna be the cool story where a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, that dude's not the dork with no skill who can't hook up. But I don't just want to get laid. That's one of the things about me is I don't even want to put the work in for it. It's like I just want a woman to knock on my door, sign a paper, and like, okay, yeah, we're fucking. Let's go. And I'm not dismissing the sinful aspect of just casual sex and stuff. It really sucks being single at 49 when you're looking for an extremely well-adjusted woman, because most people in today's day and age in society, when it comes to intersexual dynamics and dating, are absolutely so fucked up. God, I wish I could play a video. I should have put it aside, a video of a woman who said she went on a Hinge date, and she was so off-put by the guy because he was asking how much a piece of cheese cost on a cheeseburger, and it was like, he's so cheap. And it was $3 for the piece of cheese. And so let me tell you, ladies, a man that you want to date who's rich, the reason he's probably rich is because he's very wise with his money. He just doesn't throw it away. We were in a bar last week, and they wanted 50 cents for a slice of tomato on a hamburger. And I have no problem with that. I'm just like, I think you'd cause less conflict in people's brains if you were just like, do you want tomato on it? And you have the cost of the tomato built into the burger anyway. But so my dad was really upset when this bar told him that it would cost 50 cents to get a slice of tomato on the burger. He just couldn't like stomach how much that cost. And I understand on the one hand, but it's like, just factor that in as part of the cost of the burger. And like, let it go. Because that's reality now. And the $3 cheese on the burger in New York City, that's egregious. That's offensive to me. But I don't think if it's a deal killer with a woman that, you know, you're conservative with your money, don't date her because she just wants to have some fantasy life where, and so she said that she paid the bill and she just walked out on him. And I'm like, did you really? Because you could put a story like that online. And if you didn't really do that, it would say more about you lying and making up a fictional story, but it's lame, honey. So you're like, oh, you're so special. You walked out on him because he didn't want to spend on his own burger. It's not like he said, no, I won't do that for you. But I think maybe the idea is when you're on a date with a woman, if you're going to be old school and traditional and pay for her meal, you don't want to see cheap with what you're eating because then she's going to have an idea like, well, if I do this, if I eat this or order that, is he going to have a problem with that? Maybe that's the issue right there. Okay. What do we have next here? Yeah, okay. This is a clip I titled Weed Church, okay? And it's about this church that opened up in Denver based on weed. And so I'm just going to make commentary as I go through this. Let's see. Fox Originals. Okay.
We've renovated a 125-year-old church that was an eyesore and made it gorgeous and a #1 attraction as a tourist attraction in Denver. thousands of tourists come visit our church every week and spend their money in our neighborhood.
Excuse me. Mask, 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 mask. When was this picture taken? Because this is like red flag city right here. Mask, mask, mask. No mask for me. So accepting. Is that a rule? What is it? It tells you something about the mentality right away there that everybody's masked up. PSYOP wins. Okay, keep going.
Our local shops, at our coffee shops, at our bars, at our restaurants. So we've stimulated the economy. We've done something that is totally inclusive.
Good for you, bro. Oh, there's a red flag word. Whenever you hear the word inclusive, you got to go, uh-oh, uh-oh. And by the way, Mr. Weed Church, your eyeballs are so black around them. That's from all the weed. You're just like dabbing all day. What is with the eyes, bro? Look how black. Look at the black around his eyes. His poofy eyeballs here. You must be smoking. So your church is a weed church, and I'm sure there's so much overindulgence of marijuana.
Denver is really encapsulating.
Oh, excuse me. The length of this video, the exact length. Let me show you here. It's 4:20. Is that not funny? 4:20. Just to show you, I'm not lying. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Was that deliberate on the part of Fox News? Good one, Fox News.
Perfect example of big government passing unnecessary laws that don't protect anyone and infringing on our First Amendment rights. So you'd think liberal city, liberal government, they'd welcome this cool new religion that is welcoming and bringing local people to the neighborhood and stimulating the economy. You'd think they'd love it.
Oh, what a religion. Fucking unicorns, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, South Park character up there, Galaga, a religion, okay? So it's basically like you're making a legal religion out of all these secular idols and cultural secular pastimes and whatever. Oh, I'll go there for the cute girls, though. Everybody smoking weed? Do they allow children in this place? Well, people are all like consuming your weed for your weed church. Weed church. That's what they're... So I'm on to know the name of this. It's on his shirt, I think.
But they don't. And, we're showing people that, if you fight for your First Amendment rights, you are defending your American liberty. And that's a really important thing, even in left-leaning cities and states. My name is Steve Burke. I am the co-founder of the International Church of Cannabis.
Oh, man, so much is wrong with that. Now, I know people I've known and I've respected have referred to weed as the sacred herb. And I myself, as someone who's sobered up, and you gotta really live a sober life for a good long while to get this perspective, okay? That when I smoke marijuana, the mystical feeling that I perceive, sometimes I consider that to be deception, and like a dark deception, evil or satanic or something, because it's a trick of the mind. It's. Let's just continue here. I just think it makes me nervous when people, I don't think doing marijuana brings you closer to God, especially if it's something you overindulge in all the time. You're not then getting that mystical feeling when you have zero tolerance. You're just chasing your addiction. And when you overindulge in anything, you're not going to have that connection you're talking about. So he expresses no values in here. As I watched this earlier, let's just keep going. And I'll tell you what I mean more by values as we go.
Are a 501c3 religious organization based in Denver, Colorado, with over 18,000 members.
Yeah, let me just tell you. Okay. So you found 8,000 members of people who want to have a weed religion. What a shock in Colorado, okay? So I'm going to have an Oscar Mayer Wiener religion, because why not? If you can base it on anything, you can make, what validates the concept of a religion? And I have more to say about this. Let's just keep going.
Sculpture was a gift from the artist because he wanted us to have
this abominable fucking thing out here, okay? Just look at this. It looks kind of like a robotic killer killer drone. And he calls it art here. Let's just keep going.
Thing that defended our right to religious liberty, which we thought was amazing because we've been under attack for pretty much most of the time we've existed. We installed the sculpture in late September of 2022. A city inspector was there the very next day because we can only assume that one or two of the neighbors thought it was ugly and
it is
complained.
Ugly.
That's fine.
I understand that people want to call different types of things art. That's perfectly understandable, but that's ugly, and it looks like I said, a murder drone painted in pink with some colory fucking glass on it.
Everyone's gonna like art. But we received no violation. We received no notice from the city. They have my phone number, they have my email address. Fast forward to February 7th of 2023, we receive a notice from the city that says it's a violation, and if we don't have a permit by February 17th, we must remove this sacred sculpture.
Stop! That's exactly what I was waiting for you to say. Sacred. Sacred. That's fucking sacred? What the fuck is sacred? How do you justify sacred with that big hunk of drone kill looking shit there? Sacred. It's the fucking dilution of language to just fucking take these words that used to actually mean something. Words need to mean something. And so when you just fucking label shit sacred, oh, my fucking Oscar Mayer wiener's sacred, asshole. Yeah, I'm talking to you, dude. Sacred. You just throw it around. Chuck Schumer, these sacred halls. I'm not going to say anything about government is sacred. Secular government, okay? God, in my opinion, is what dictates the sacred to us. You don't fucking put a piece of shit drone kill robot in front of your religion place of worship with weed and fucking call it sacred. So yeah, I'm just a little irritated by that, dude. Sacred my ass. My fucking sacred Oscar Mayer wiener smacketh thee on the face. Metaphorically. Because I'm just, imagine the wiener. Ding, ding, ding. Oscar Mayer wiener, dude. Okay, yeah. Sacred. It's sacred. It's fucking sacred because I say it's sacred. The arbitrariness of things people get to say, where words are supposed to mean something, they have a traditional, historic fucking meaning, and now crazy people are just like, sacred. So if that can be sacred, my Oscar Mayer fucking wieners are sacred.
10 days is not enough time to receive a land use survey, an engineer study, all the things that we need to apply
our
for.
religion is being violated. My weed religion's being violated.
Permit.
And this is coming from a guy who used to smoke a shit ton of weed, Mr. Black Eyes.
It's impossible. So the city basically gave us a deadline that was impossible to meet. But because it's a sculpture representing our religious freedom, and the city doesn't quite understand our religion.
No, excuse me, doesn't quite understand it. So your religion is based upon religious freedom, not anything distinct about the religion in and of itself. It's based upon religious freedom, and you're trying to tie in marijuana with it to give it some kind of legitimacy. But what are you telling me about your way of life? What matters? That someone should be able to make up any conceivable religion about anything and it's valid and so like then we get it. That's pure secularism, dude. Anything goes. And so does my Oscar Mayer wiener religion. And I keep saying that because it's like the same thing. You're not stating any moral values about life except that your religion is a religion just to be an activist organization for freedom of speech and freedom of religion. So that's some kind of weird circular logic, and you don't have a real religion there. Oh, we love smoking weed. I love heavy metal music, so why don't I make a formal religion out of it? You know? You don't even need to like organize. Why not just make this a social club with values? Why is it a religion? What distinguishes it as a religion? I'm happy to discuss these topics with lawyers who want to fight against this hokey ding dong. And I'm even in favor of people having religious freedom, but this is not a religion. This is a farce. This is you mocking people who have a much deeper spiritual sense in their religion. What are you fucking saying this except for nothing about spiritualism in it. What kind of values are you promoting aside from the ones I already said about it being about it's a religion to just assert the activism of freedom of religion. That should be more like a nonprofit organization asserting that value as opposed to calling it a religion. If they let you fucking file for that religion, I want to read it. I want to read the paperwork, the malarkey you put down to file that. And then like how does government come to decide that that's valid for you to do that? I knew that I was going to be talking about this too much when I put this video in here. It's taking too much time. You're eating up my time, weed head.
They don't like it.
I support your right to fucking smoke weed. I don't support your right to make a mockery of religion, and you haven't stated any values.
Ultimatum to take it down, and we told them no. It's our First Amendment.
Whoa, what a man. Standing up to the system. Wow. Oh, we're not taking down our killer robot. Pink killer robot. And they're inclusive. Okay, just so you know, they're inclusive.
Here. It is not dangerous to anyone.
Fucking
it doesn't
asshole.
impede traffic. It doesn't impede traffic sight lines.
You know,
so
I
no,
realize
I'm
too hostile. So you might be making valid points, like why you should have it there. You should be able to have it there for your nonprofit, not your religion. Scrap the religion, make it a nonprofit, and you will receive my blessing. My sacred blessing. I will fucking anoint you with a fucking... If I had a fucking Oscar Mayer wiener in my hand right now, I'd throw it at your face.
I think the city
I gotta
of Denver
clip that out.
We created this church
I gotta make a clip out of this
as an excuse to smoke weed. And we didn't need to do that. You can smoke weed anywhere in Denver. We created this church to give a safe place for adults who use cannabis on their...
So you need a religion to do that? You call it a religion? Make it a social club. So you're trying to protect yourself behind the veil of being in a religious organization so that you can just have a free... You're misusing the designation of being a religion. And even that, we can get into how that's corrupt. How a lot of religions... a lot of church denominations that file are in and of themselves. They have ulterior motives about wanting to make money and whatnot. But what are you doing that too? Is this like your rock star moment in life, Mr. Black Eyes?
Spiritual journey. Our religion is welcoming to...
Keeps calling it a religion. And it's just so... It comes off the mouth as so gratuitous when you say it.
Everyone. It's welcoming to Christians. It's welcoming to Buddhists. It's welcoming to Jewish people.
A proper Christian would realize that is not... So it's one thing if that were a social club, cool, hang out there. But if you're going to call it a religion, then what? A proper Christian is going to diffuse their faith to go there and be part of something. So like religions can obviously coexist. And I'm just saying that what you're proposing is not a religion at all. It should be a nonprofit. Whatever. I'm talking too much about you, asshole.
Welcome atheists.
And you can tell that how I feel about it by the fact that I'm calling you an asshole, Mr. Asshole.
As long as you believe that you want to elevate...
And I don't feel good about calling you an asshole, just to clarify. It might be kind of entertaining. Some people might agree with me. But asshole. I'm sorry, asshole. Sorry, but not sorry, but sorry. Oh, Lord. I'm in one of those loops again.
Yourself to a better version of self, you are an elevationist. And you don't even necessarily need to use cannabis to be an elevationist.
Oh my God.
You can be an elevationist.
Oh my God. It sounds like I'm an elevationist. I should just go because I breathe air. So I want to start a religion about breathing air. Do you breathe air? Hey, come to our club. We're going to breathe, bro. Okay, everybody ready to breathe today? Let's add weed to the mix. Weed church? Brilliant! Wait, that's even cooler. I'm going way too far on this.
So the city of Denver just doesn't really understand that we can create a religion,
the city doesn't
which is our
understand.
First Amendment right in this country.
Oh, shut up! So religion is not to make up some fucking ridiculous fiction, okay? Let's just fucking for the fun of it, dummy. I'm going to look up right now religion definition. Okay? We're going to come over here and we're going to just, I'm getting way too into this now. I'm going to not make it because of all the, so the belief in and worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. See that? I think that's an accurate, but it has to do with institutional, being institutional, religion in and of itself. So the church, the institution, tell me exactly, you're worshiping a superhuman power by having the Church of Cannabis? No, it's a fucking activist organization, like I said, that is using the front of a religion legally on the paperwork to say you're a religion so that you can just exercise your right to create a religion, but you're not worshiping anything. It's an affront, actually, to say it's a religion. Some might even say that's blasphemy. Let's finish you up, dude. I need to be done with you.
That we can create a religion.
Oh wait, that's fucked up audio.
All different
there we go.
faiths and backgrounds.
I bet the audio was
have
fucked
a place
up
where
there.
they feel safe and consume cannabis on their spiritual journey. I don't know how this is going to play out. I hope the city of Denver recognizes.
Yeah, you need a religion to do that. Sure, bro.
Right to exist and our right to have this religious effigy, this representation of the freedom of religion that all Americans should have the right to practice.
Not the idea is not to be able to make up any stupid thing you want, because it's equally valid for me to start the fucking religion of Oscar Mayer wieners, dude. I'm too redundant.
Let bygones be bygones.
Feel strongly.
And let the forces of bureaucracy just rest and just let this beautiful sculpture exist.
Oh, this man is in need of serious ridicule. I feel like going down there and checking it out today. And filming something and coming back here. Oh, Lordy. Why not? I have all afternoon long. Let me find out where this guy is, and I might want to take a trip down there and be like, hello, I'm pretending to be here. I'm pretending to be supportive of this when I'm really just here looking at the absurdity of it. I don't have to smoke weed. You said I can come. I'm not wearing a mask in your church. Okay? Okay? What does your church say about my right to breathe? Only if you're breathing marijuana. And then when you're done taking your toke, put the fucking mask over your face. All those people wearing masks. Ah! People drive me crazy. Honestly, they fucking drive me crazy. This is meant to be entertainment. So if you want to hold this fucking against me, check yourself, motherfucker! I'm supposed to be a little over the top and silly right now, okay? Stop messing with me. Ah! Okay, here we go. Whee! I do like the wee as well.
Probably going to be sexist and a misogynist.
Hold on,
I
let's go.
mean, what the hell? I think there's a massive war on masculinity right now. Across media outlets, they're talking about, if a man wants to work out and he's got muscles, it means he's right wing and he's probably going to be sexist and a misogynist. I mean, what the hell is that? The government, this system, they want you weak. They want men particular to be weak, fat and compliant so that they can't fight the tyranny. Because when you're weak, fat and compliant, addicted and unable to get outside your house and actually be aware of what's going on in the world, then the powers that be have more control. When men are strong, when men are intelligent, when men are entrepreneurs, when men are hitting the gym, that is not good for those who are in charge.
Okay, I appreciate what she's saying. Whenever a woman is spitting truth in today's day and age, especially because a woman will be taken... there are fewer women today that speak with credibility with things like that. And so I appreciate what she's saying there. Why doesn't she start a religion? She should start a fucking religion and be like, men matter. My religion is men matter. And I'm going to file an FI-5150 5150. I forget what that classification is, whatever. But you're making a mockery of it. I'm still talking about elevation, obviously. I like what that lady said. Everything she said there was true. What can I say about it? My mind is totally distracted by the dingbat douche that I was listening to before. And the title of that, I put Preach Woman. Here's another one that's going to make me melt down for frick's sake. Here we go again. Whee! Okay. Get ready to have your minds blown by dumb And okay, so Brian does have a tendency here, in my view. What? No. Brian does have a tendency here to be kind of weak when he's around women, but he is the good he's doing is he's exposing women for as dumb as they can fucking be. So let's just hear stupid women, California women, Southern California women, woke state of the universe, California women. They're one-dimensional thinking, talking about the patriarchy.
I guess my question is, you said that they're both women, right? So what is a woman?
A woman is anyone who wants to identify as one.
A cat is a cat because they are a cat. That's not like...
I feel like
this isn't a gotcha. It's just a genuine question. What is a woman? Hold on.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's whatever you want to identify as. And they don't seem to understand that goes over the boundaries of reality just enough where, like, you can identify as anything you want. If anyone can just identify as a woman when they don't meet the traditional, long-standing historic criteria of being a woman, then I can say I'm an elephant. And there's no reason you can tell me I'm not an elephant. Except that you can, because it's not based in objective reality. There's a reality to life, and there's just fucking lying about shit or being delusional and going along with it. And so all of these women who probably also self-identify as feminists are probably like, oh no, they're selling that out. They're selling the basis of feminism out because you're just virtue signaling to this idea. What's it mean for you to be a woman when you can't even define it because of someone else's feelings possibly being hurt? Someone who's not even a woman. You're actually a real woman by definition. Objectively, a real woman, biologically. And I understand the difference between gender and biology. Gosh, this gets me. I'm not even like, I'm only a few seconds into this. I'm 20 seconds into this, and I'm all bent. Totally bent. Let's keep going. What? Why do you do that?
I didn't have anything to say yet.
But what is a woman?
A person.
A person? A person. A woman's a person. My table is made of my table is a piece of wood. My house, or no, what can I say? What is the planet Earth? It is a place. It's just a place. What is a woman? A woman is a person. Come on, people. Women are people. But people are not always women. But according to them, their definition, people would be women because it's what you think you are. Yeah, I'm an elephant.
No, but what is the definition of what is a woman?
I don't know. I'm confused now.
How? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with people in this world today? Let me give you a hint. What's a woman? Na, 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 na. There's something here that defines a woman, and it's real, and it's natural, and it's genetic. Oh, you have 2 chromosomes. 2 chromosomes. 2 chromosomes. 2 chromosomes. And a man has Y, and a woman has 2 X chromosomes. 2 X chromosomes. 2. But I'm an elephant. Oh man, I'm going bananas today.
I understand what your argument is. If I come out and I say a woman is someone who was born biologically a woman, I understand that that's where you're coming from. And
it's not where he's coming from. He's coming from reality. You're coming from the southern state of California, which is somewhere akin metaphorically to fucking cognitive Mars. Fucking Mars.
Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But I personally, as an individual, respect trans people. I respect trans women.
And so here, you can't be a feminist and a genuine feminist. You can't say you're a woman and then subjugate yourself and say that this other person who's not a woman thinks they're a woman, and so I'm going to subjugate myself to that ultra minority. But fuck men and fuck the patriarchy. You don't get the contradiction in that.
I'm not going to come on here.
And here Brian is with your cheap cups. Get some better cups. Brian, get some cups. I'm probably overreacting to the cups because I'm emotional right now, but I fucking hate your cups, Brian.
Invalidate them by saying that. I understand completely where you're coming from, but just from my personal preference, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Answering the question. Okay. No, hey, that's okay. What about you?
I'm just not really interested in having this conversation about trans people anymore because you seem very clearly committed to misunderstanding.
Yeah. No, I think you're committed to misunderstanding. See how they put it on the other person. It's like, I don't want to have this conversation because you don't understand. So you can't say anything to make them understand because you're not operating from anywhere except some kind of emotional, sentimental fucking burp. You're fucking, it's an emotional belch from you. And you can't come up with anything logical to say to validate your point. So you say, I'm right, and I don't really want to have this conversation anymore. By the way, your frames look like ass. Those frames say everything about you. And then you start talking, and you're like, I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
Well, I am trying to understand. I'm just trying to get people's perspective. So what is a woman?
I'm gonna say what she said. I don't feel comfortable.
Oh, these Southern California women, they're so like... Oh, girls. I should say girls in this case. Because I think a woman has some kind of discernment in virtue of being maybe more mature acting. I refuse to call any of you talking nonsense right now women, okay? I get it. Now I don't think that I'm following an objective standard. Okay, so you're biologically women, but you're very childish like girls the way you think. And look... This demonstrates how easy it is to brainwash young people. California, best example ever of whatever. I don't think there's anywhere on the internet that demonstrates the dingbatty brainwashing that exists in young liberal women like California, okay? Excuse me. Tell me that's not a red flag right there. Those rims. And I don't want to talk. I'm too uncomfortable to talk. Usually people are uncomfortable to talk when they know that it's like, but we want the emotional support of everyone in the collective mind think community to be like, yes, we are right, but we don't want to talk about it. I want to validate the trans because why? It undermines anything you say about patriarchy if and when like you just subjugate yourself for that other group. So why would you what would if you have patriarchy or matriarchy, what transiarchy, whatever, transcentric?
Like this is I just feel like that's like not I don't know. I feel like there's a better question that you could be asked be asked.
This says more about how people in a social setting are basically taking an unspoken poll here, and they're going along with one another. And the only woman here that makes any sense is this fucking sex doll right here.
Situation. We all respect the trans community enough and like
Oh, that's a whole thing. Keep going. Come on now. Dude! I'm gonna scream. Quit fucking going to the other screen like that. I don't want a hot corner here. What the fudge? I'm gonna finish up now.
Stating that, like telling, they believe that they are a woman or they're a man, transgender, whatever. And invalidating that is not, that's not our position.
So we can't be ourselves because it hurts someone else's feelings. We can't be who we are objectively in a real way because someone else is confused. And that is supporting mental illness. It's affirming mental illness instead of helping people understand and come back to a solid basis in reality. And I know I'm speaking truth here. I know it. And people just fucking lie to themselves like that. That is such severe cognitive dissonance. All you chicks are spewing. You're around one another, and it's like, which line is the longest? Which line is the longest? And you have 4 out of 5 people lying about the length of the line, and the 5th one is like saying the same thing they're saying because they're under pressure around a group of people.
Place to say what they can and can't be.
Would these chicks even talk to you if you took his side? He's the only one that makes sense, even though he expresses it like such a feeble man.
Woman is an adult human female. It's the same thing like a man is an adult human male. XX chromosomes, that means you're a woman.
Thank you.
There are people that are
Logic.
intersex.
Thank
You're
you.
an incredible minority. And, men are humans who have XY chromosomes.
Thank you. Dear God, I'm too fucking wound up over this shit. And I know some fucking parasites might use it against me, but I hope the parasites eat themselves, actually. Because if you're that far gone from reality, you deserve a little bit of self-digestion, Eat yourself. Eat your fellow delusional person there. Come on. If you're not going to live in reality, you're never going to have a stable life. And it should not be that the truth prevails. Society can't sustain if the truth does not prevail. And none of you are supporting truth. You're just going along with one another. California is one big fat fucking groupthink. Especially with the women. Dear God, where are the conservative women out of California? Do I just feel a little too strongly about this? Probably. How much time do I have? 56 minutes? I have barely gotten it through. The patriarchy, wah, wah, blah. Okay, I'm going to start actually wrapping this up. I didn't think I would go as long as I did, and I will save these 3 videos for the next one I do. It's nice because I have some other things put aside. I just don't want to go an hour and a half today. I spent a lot of time singing yesterday, and my voice gets really hoarse when I haven't been doing it for a while, and so it feels a little hoarse right now, and I ate those horse-ass throat lozenges before starting up here, and... Oh, you're all beautiful, just brainless. Beautiful and brainless. Should that be the name of this particular video? Let me just see here. Personally, I think... Oh, yeah, okay. I told this guy on... I told this dude on who's off and on whatever. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Hello, you birdies and Dio. I told this lady who's... What did I do? I told this guy who's on whatever, I said to him, he sets them straight, the girls on there, and I like how he does it. He's kind of easygoing about it, unlike the way I'm yelling at them right now for their epic historic dipshittery that is caught on record. And some might say that about me, the way I conduct myself here, but so whatever. Personally, I think you do a service by confronting some of these girls is what I told them. They need it. Let me just look at the tweet I responded to. Oh, yeah. He said, actually, to be frank, I absolutely despise debating angry hoes on the whatever podcast. It's one of my least favorite ways to use my time. With that said, I never realized it could have been that it could have this kind of impact. Makes it 1,000 times more worth it to engage with the women on the podcast. Yes, I think it's just getting good feedback. White pill for me. Okay, yeah. It's enlightening for some women. He's doing a service for them by telling them you're doing a service for someone when you basically tell them they are wrong about something, when you know that their lives would be better off if they were woken up a little bit. So anyway, I've done a good show today. I'm pleased, even though I was over the top. I kind of like it entertainment wise. The parasites will use it against me. Fuck the parasites. In any case, if you like this, I sincerely appreciate you sharing this, liking the videos, tell your friends about it, be a part of this community. If you see yourself in this mix here, I will get people who want to be a part of this community, this crew, this show up on the screen here. We'll talk. We'll have you contributing. If you're in the Denver area, I would love to have others a part of this with me in here. Makes my job easier. So I want to thank everyone who does appreciate what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it less, but do it better when I do it. And so that is the goal here. I do appreciate everyone who appreciates what I'm doing. And we will just keep going with it, shall we? Peace be with you all.